Hi guys.
Hi guys,
If you like this one video you are really going to enjoy.
this is hot.
So the title of this video is Exes, Cultists
Cultists
and
and manipulation.
Manipulation. Believe
Um,
it or not, Joshua dated someone that almost had him killed by cultists.
yeah, and
And
we're going to talk about our experiences in toxic relationships, right?
exactly.
And hopefully you learn one or two things.
Yes.
All right, so we'll get right into it. I think I'll start with my story.
Yes. So we
How
can
we
start.
met.
How did you meet this girl?
So first and foremost, I went to write covenants, and I passed. But because I heard in Ghana, you could stay in a hostel that will have girls beside your room. Like you share co-ed hostels where it's not only boys, like mixed. I was like, I'm going to Ghana. I was not safe then. Pardon me, my actions. I wasn't safe
But
then.
I'm
So
thinking.
yeah, so I passed covenant, but I didn't tell my mom about it, and then I went to school in Ghana. And then on getting to Ghana, I remember I think it was the first 2 weeks, the first week, safe. And I saw this girl. She was wearing like a bomb short, and
Mahala.
I was just like, this is why I came to Ghana. Finish
Hot
me.
girls.
Yes. So I started
Oh God.
I was going after her. And my friends, like I had made friends like within those first 2 weeks, and they were just like, guys. So my friends had been schooling there before I went there. So they already knew what's up. Me, I didn't know what's up. They were just like, guy, this babe, don't go after her. I was like, why? What you mean I should not go after her? What's wrong? Everything like that she's somehow like she's just nice and all this kind of things. She has done some things. I'm just like, what has she done that we have not all done? That kind of what has she done that we have not all done? I'm sure I'm even worse. Why people judging? Don't judge. I think my friends held like 4 different interventions for me. One before I started dating this girl, and 3 others while we were dating. But I was always like, no, you can't say that. Don't do that. I even was angry with them for some time. Anyway, so the reason I started dating her was because I saw her body, right?
Yes.
And my mind was thinking about sex. My mind was thinking about physical and everything. So that was my reason for it. I didn't even know her. I didn't get to know her. We didn't spend time being friends. Nothing. Like I just jumped right into a relationship because I wanted sex, and I got sex, and yeah.
Right. So the
that was
major
the
thing that
reason.
attracted you to her was her body.
Yes, it was just her body, nothing else.
All right.
Nothing
So
else.
I'm going to share my own story. So my own story is how I ended up dating
A psychopath.
a manipulative person, you know. So and this is the person I was with before I before I married Joshua. So how did I meet this person? So you know me now, Christian girl. So if I'm going to meet someone,
Sister.
it shall be within my Christian circles. Me, I don't have Joshua's past. I don't roll with them Joshua kind of people. Just God that brought us together, obviously. So this guy was like friends with people in my fellowship. So people like older people, he was my senior by like 6 years. So people in my fellowship knew him, you know. So he was like way ahead of me in school. I think I was in 300, he was in 500 or so, thereabout, when I met him, because I was doing anyway, he was doing a course that was a 5-year course. So I just met him one day, like in front of my room in the hostel. Like I came out to do something, I saw him, and then I was like, "Oh, I know you," and he said, "I know you," and then I invited him in, and we started talking. And I think what attracted me to him, I can't really say what attracted me to him. Okay, let me just say he was tall, and I was like, "Oh, I like tall guys," you know. And then the more I got close to him, there was that friendship. Like he was easy to talk to, and I had a friendship with him. So I think for me, I was craving like some form of emotional intimacy, and that's what made me to get close to him. So it was that friendship, that having someone to talk to all the time. That's what made me date him. So meanwhile, like this emotional intimacy is something I should have with God. I should not have been craving that from a guy. So these are danger signs. Anyway,
Serious danger.
all right. So how
So
these people showed us Pepe?
So I think one of the first things that happened was just this disclaimer. I was not saved, so me too, I was cheating.
Oh my
But
God.
I think
Guys.
what started the cheating was because I did not trust her. So for instance, we were having sex. So how was I going to trust that she was not having sex with somebody else? How was she going to trust us not having sex with someone? So there was no trust in the relationship at all. Secondly, we were not like friends. We were not like our my God, our walls were too different. Too different. I love reading books. She didn't care for a book. I love doing this. Like we're just too different. So we didn't have a lot
So
of
you
things.
say the only binding factor was
It
just
was sex. Yeah,
sex.
that was the only binding
And
factor.
these
Honestly,
are the issues. When
serious
you're having
issues.
sex with somebody, like every other thing can be wrong, but because you're having sex, there's just this
Do you
illusion
get?
that we
You
go
guys
there all
were
right.
all right. We're in love. All those things. Anyway, so one of the first things that made me spiral into cheating also was the time that she told me her sister came around with her uncle. Do you understand? And they're around and she's going to be away for a weekend. She's going to spend a weekend with them. I was like, who's your sister? What? She now told me, showed me the sister online. I actually saw the sister posting on Facebook that she's in Ghana and stuff. So I was like, okay, no problem. No wahala, I can go. So she went for the weekend, then came back like on Monday, and then um, I saw pictures, right? And I saw a picture of her sitting down on the guy's lap, and like an elderly guy's lap, right? I was just like, who is this? She's like, oh, that's her uncle. And I saw a picture of her sister dead. So I was like, okay, it was some other
So I
guys.
used to sit on your uncle's lap.
Do you understand?
Okay.
So I said, oh, okay, no problem, no, that's fine. But there was just something about the entire thing. It just made me feel like
There's more to it.
there's more to it, and I don't trust. So me, I was like, you know what? In my revenge, I'm going to cheat. So that's how I started my cheating spree. So that was the first thing. Another thing was, I remember one time she said, oh, before that, so I used to act in Ghana, right? I used to do a lot of movies and series. So there's one time I was acting, I was on set, and then she now sent me a message. In the message, on BlackBerry, sometimes you can mistake and send messages. These people do it on WhatsApp too. You think it's somebody you're sending message to and
And
you
you
send
sent
it
to
to the
another
wrong
person.
person. So she sent me this message, and the message said, oh, Joshua does it well, but I will not call the guy's name for sensory purposes.
Hey, God.
This other guy knows how to do it a lot better.
Hey, God.
I'm even censoring the English. It's about sex, and it was more raw than this. So when she sent it, and I saw it, guys, it was like my heart hit the ground. I was like, what's this? Like immediately I started feeling sick. I started feeling sick. Look at the heart of a man. I was cheating too. Anyway, I started feeling sick, started feeling so bad. And then the director was like, oh Josh, what's up? Are you okay? I'm like, I'm not feeling too. Like, oh no problem, we can continue your scenes tomorrow. And I'll call the driver to take me home. On the way, I was just thinking. And I quickly took a screenshot of it. Immediately I took a screenshot of the message deleted. I'm telling you. So when I now go home, I was like, you sent me a message. She was like, yeah, it was a mistake. She was supposed to send to her friend, but she didn't actually, it was not about actually sex. Like, that was not what she meant. She was talking about fashion sense. And that's the slang her and her friends use for fashion sense.
Hey.
I was just like, when they're lying to you, but you want them to lie to you so that you can just feel some form of
Like
peace.
you want to believe the lie.
Yes, you want to
because
believe
it's
the
easier.
lie.
The lie is believing the lie is more soothing than actually
Facing the truth.
facing the truth.
Honestly, so I was just like, okay, no problem. But he kept disturbing me, and I kept disturbing her so much. So I think I was around the third, fourth day. Before I go further, we were actually living together. Another problem.
Okay.
We were living in the same house together. So on the fourth day, she now said, okay, yes, that she wants to come clean. That yes, she had sex with this guy, and the reason she had sex is because she doesn't feel close to me anymore because of my acting gigs. I'm no longer around. In fact, I even started acting. Sorry, I'm taking a long time. I started acting because I didn't used to act too. My girlfriend and her friend wanted to get into the acting scene in Ghana, so they used to go for auditions. So there was a place they wanted to go to that they begged me to take them since I knew the place. So I was saying, well, I'll take you guys there. So I took them to the hotel for the audition. It's an Yvonne Nelson movie, Single, Married, Complicated. So I took them to the location, and then I said, okay, everybody should pair up, 2 girls, 1 guy, 2 girls, 1 guy. So they didn't find the guy, so they came and met me in the car that, please, can I come and be the guy for them? I was like, no problem. And I went to act with them, rehearsed the lines, did everything. Lo and behold, Yvonne Nelson chose me and did not choose them. Omo, she was so mad. So it's still back to this when she was confessing and telling me it's because, oh, I'm acting now, I don't really have her time. So she got close to this guy. And also we're staying together. We're in the same space. So it's like we're choking each other up. So we need space. Does that even make sense?
Guys, can you see the manipulation?
Like first and foremost, she said because I'm acting too much, I'm not around. She now said we're together, we're in the same space.
Like, first of all, you were caught cheating, and instead of admitting your wrong and apologizing, you are blaming your partner for making you cheat. Like, oh my guys,
anyway,
run away from toxic relationship.
I shall apologize. Like, I'm sorry, I realized my fault. I realized my fault, and you know what? If you need space, no problem. I'll move and pet with my friend. Guys, this is my house. So I said, no problem. I'll move and pet with my friend so that you can have your space and everything. So I moved out. And then some people, my neighbors, were telling me some things that she was going to do. She was hanging out with this person, hanging out with that person, hanging out with this guy, and all this kind of. Me, I just felt like, oh, we're trying to build our trust now, and we're kind of taking sort of like a some of break. So I don't really have hold on what. Ah, there are a lot, but that's a few.
That's a few. So how
How was your relationship toxic with?
yeah, but I mean, do you want me to share my own before you talk about how you she got involved with cultists? I think okay, let me talk about
You can
mine
talk about
first.
yours, yeah.
Then we'll
And
get to
that
yours.
will lead to how we broke up. So
All right,
yeah.
fantastic. So for me, how was my relationship toxic? So first of all, this person I realized that I was always the one apologizing in this relationship. Like every time I was always
That's
wrong.
true. Me too.
I was always wrong. Like, do you know there will be times that I'll feel like now this person has done something. There's no way he can wriggle his way out of this. He must apologize to me today. When I now confront the issue, somehow this guy would twist everything and make it my fault, and I'll have to apologize. And I remember one time, like I got him a devotional, and I kept on saying, oh, please read this devotional because I've read like a portion of it and I just want us to talk about it and everything. Next thing, and then he was not reading it. So I got upset, like, what's there? Like, this is something that is important to me. I bought it for you. Why are you not reading it? He now, I at that point, I was like, he has no excuse. I bought it for him. I've told him to read it. He has been posting me. So definitely he's going to apologize to me. Only for me to confront this guy, he now got angry with me. He said that I'm putting pressure on him to read a devotional, that his relationship with God is supposed to be personal, and because of the pressure I'm putting, I've taken out all the pleasure out of it. I've taken out the drive, so everything is my fault. So at the end of the day, guys, I now apologize. And it was always like that. I remember one time, like, he sent me to the market to get something for him, and then literally I had to leave my job. I left my job. Guys, I left my job to
Lord.
go and to the market. And when I was at the market, like, I was trying to get him, okay, please decide on what you want so that I can get it and then leave, because I have to get back to work. And then he was now like, he now said, hey, why am I putting pressure on him? Blah, 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 blah. And then he yelled at me. And then,
In the market.
Yes. And then for a moment, I just paused. Like, we're on the phone. He yelled at me over the phone. I said, God, see my life. I left my work to come to the market for the person to shout on me. Hey, God.
And you know, all these things, they make you have like low self-esteem.
Yes. So you even like, you even feel like, oh, maybe I deserve the shouting. Maybe I did something wrong. I remember another time like after NYC, we had made plans. He was supposed to be in Jos, and then I was supposed to meet him in Jos like after NYC. But for some reason, like after NYC, things didn't go as planned. I had to go for my clearance in a village, which took a few days. So he now traveled from Jos. He was no longer in Jos. So me, I just felt like, even if he's not in Jos, like my home is in Jos, so I'll just go to Jos after camp. So I just called him, say, oh, I'm taking a bus to Jos. I was already at the park, guys. I was about to enter the bus. He now said, I should not go to Jos. That I should come and meet him where he is, in the states that he was. But this relationship was not sexual in any way, but it was just very controlling. So he said I should come and meet him where he is. And I'm just like, I've already made plans to go to Jos. Like, even though my parents were not in Jos at the time because they had traveled for a family function.
Where you're supposed to go and meet them.
Yeah, where I was supposed to meet them. But I wanted to go to Jos. And he said, no, I should come and meet him here. And I'm like, I want to go here. And he said, you are questioning me. Like, you don't trust me. So I can't tell you to do something and just do it.
Wait. So he said you are questioning him, which means you don't trust him. So he's trying to manipulate you to feel like, why don't I trust this guy?
Yeah.
Meanwhile, he's saying you're questioning me.
He's like, that if I trust him, whatever he tells me to do, I should just be able to do it. So he can't tell me things and I will do them. Guys, you won't believe it. Lo and behold, I entered car. I traveled to where he was. When I now got there, he now said, oh, the reason why I wanted me to come is that so that from here I can travel and go and meet my parents where they were. Because initially I wanted to see my parents. But why didn't you communicate that to me and explain that this is why I want you to come here?
He just wanted to.
It's just that control dynamics. I have control of you. I can make you do whatever I want.
Hey, stay that one that you guys were walking on the street and he now said
something. Like, okay, so we're strolling on the streets one day. And then he just looked at me and was like, you are fat. I was so confused. I was like, where's that coming from? And then I just began to feel so bad. Like, am I really fat? Am I adding weight? And I just like, it was just messing with my mind. And when he saw how much he was messing with me, he was just like he was just joking. Why is he messing with me that much? Ah, he was just joking. So,
Like he just
and
wanted to test to see how much control his words have on
yeah,
you.
and then also when he met me, like I used to do makeup and stuff. He was like, "Oh, he doesn't like makeup." I used to wear I used to wear hoop earrings. Say, "Oh, he doesn't like hoop earrings, guys." I stopped doing makeup. I started wearing stud earrings. Do you know? Even when Joshua met me, like I wasn't doing makeup. I wasn't even wearing hoop earrings. It took me a while until I was married. I had to ask myself that, wait, why am I not doing makeup? Why am I not wearing hoop earrings? Like, I actually stopped those things, not because I did not like them or I wanted to, but because I was dating someone who did not like them. Also, nail polish, he likes only natural colors. So I stopped using bright colors. Like, so it took some time after I even got married, for me to renew my mind. And these are just some of the things that I face in this relationship. And I know that when you're dating a someone that is controlling, someone that is manipulative, it can be very hard to break free. I'm sure
Yeah.
from all I've said, you've seen the signs. Like you losing, this person wanting to control your personality, you losing your personality, them always being right, you always
Yeah.
having to apologize.
Apologize.
All right, so how do we break up with these people? Because it's not easy to leave a toxic
It's not
relationship.
easy at all. Um, so first and foremost, I just want to say, uh, I'm trying to think about where to start so that it will be a full story. Okay. So there was a time where her phone got missing. We were supposed to go and watch a movie, and then somebody stole her phone from the cab or something. I can't remember how it got missing. It got missing. So I had some money. I was like, you know what, let's go and buy you a phone. And she said she wanted an iPhone, like one of the newest iPhones. I was just like, my God. I said, okay, no problem.
When Joshua was just telling me all this, I was like, all this money, you should have saved it for me. You should have saved it for me because
I'll tell you because I was working for anyway. So I said, let's go and buy an iPhone. We went to the market, and I know where I buy phones from, so that if anything should happen, I will go and meet them. That is store. I get receipt and like this phone, this is the problem. Do you understand? So that, and then we were going there, and I was walking straight to that market. Then one guy came and met me like, oh, see this phone, and it was the latest phone, and he was selling it for sort of a giveaway price. Do you understand? Sort of a giveaway price, and I was like, no, 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 I have something I'm going to buy. Don't worry, I have something I'm going. It looks very new, like from pack safe. I have, and I want to go and buy fairly used, yes, second hand. Like, look at this, very nice and everything. I was like, no, don't worry. Then she was just like, you know what? Let's buy. She wants that one. I was like, we can't, this one is no, it's like, we can't trust this one. If anything is wrong with it, we can't come back and say, no, 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 that it will be on her, no problem. I said, no, let's go. She's like, no, no, no. She did stop. Started throwing a fit. I said, no problem, let's go and get it. So we looked for the guy, we saw the guy. He said, the guy said, okay, let's move from the market a little bit because he doesn't want his Oga in the shop to know that he's selling it at the giveaway price for us because he likes us, quote and unquote. Someone that just meeting. He now said he likes us. I said, okay, no problem. So I counted the exact money and gave him, collected the phone. I was about to turn and leave. He now said, this is not the amount. This is not the amount. No, 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 no. He now gave back my money. I collected. He said, give me back my phone. I collected the phone. I was like, but this is the exact amount you said. He was like, no, this is not the amount. What? Then one of the guys now said, wait, let me count it first. This guy now counted it. Like, okay, so they are at the correct amount. He now gave us back the phone. Now say, just take a quick and just go. That he doesn't want his Oga to know that already cost a commotion. We just go. So we started working for some time. And then someone just said I should check the phone. So I just removed it to check it, guys. It was phone case with Banku and screen guard on top.
my God.
Banku is like Eba, they're Eba. So it's like, with like, do you know, when I saw it, like cold water just poured over me. And I turned. Mainly I told one guy, one of that guy just came in and was like, I saw what happened. I saw everything. We try to catch them for this market. No worry. Just follow me. Give me the phone. Now this phone we use to enter where they will show us where they are. So I now give him. I was not following him. This guy was walking fast, walking. The guy just entered somewhere. I didn't see him again. They were all working together. So that's how I lost money, like nothing happened. So now went to man for that
Because of her,
month.
because she didn't trust you.
Yes, that month we were broke. And then I now saw some pictures on her phone of her somewhere when she came home. I was like, what's this? What's picture? I saw with some guy like, she's been telling me she wants to go to that place and I can't take her there. I'm just like
The reason why I can't take
the
you
reason
there,
why I can't
because I was trying to buy you a phone and you insist. Oh my
help
God.
me, help me. I was just like, she's like, she's been telling me and I see I'm not taking her there. She decided to go there with her friend. It's just a friend. Why am I acting like this? Just a friend. What, nothing is happening. I was like, okay, no problem. I just left it. Then I just started feeling weird about the entire thing. Do you get? Then one day she came home. She was like, let's have sex. But around that time, I was really feeling somehow about the entire relationship. And I didn't want to. So she did. Finally, in the night, we had sex. And she now said, oh, she feels like she's pregnant. Let's go to a pharmacy to buy to buy something to check. Sorry. I actually laughed at myself because
Do you understand? You just had sex with somebody. Are they pregnant immediately? But
it's
anyway,
just like
there's
that hit. There's a screen that's put over your eyes when you're having sex with somebody, and the person can literally get
and
away
you
with
might
anything.
have figured like, oh, maybe it's like the previous sex I had with her or something.
Like something, yeah. Because we've actually, the time we had sex, she got pregnant, and convinced her to have an abortion and stuff. So, and that thing used to haunt me all the time. So when she just said she thinks she's pregnant, I was just like, my God. And you know, we used the condom. So
It was not adding up,
it
but
was not, but I was just like, let's go and check. We checked she was pregnant. Said no problem. The next day we went to somewhere that she was going to remove it. We did it. See, from the previous abortion, the pressure on me was so much, and that just added to it. So I was not even in the mood for anything. I was just existing. Then, like a week later, she went out. She now called me. She's going to see her friend, that guy. She now called me and said, I should leave the room now. I was like, I should leave the house now. I'm like, what do you mean I should leave my house? This is what do you mean? She's telling me now that I don't want to leave. I'm like, see, don't disturb me, please. I want to sleep. She now said, she told them that I slapped her. So they are coming to beat me. I'm just like, did I slap you? What do you mean? I was just like, you know what? Please leave me alone. I just cut the call. And I knew this guy she was rolling with the cultists. I didn't actually know. It's when what happened that I knew. So I now off my phone, I just laid down, just thinking about my entire life. I'm just like, what have I gotten myself into? What rubbish? What? Second abortion, depression, what? I just hear people, plenty people, they check in the windows. Hey, he's inside. I see him. He's in the inside. I said they broke down my front door, brushed me inside my house, dragged me outside, put me in the boot of a car, and drove off. So I didn't know where they were driving to. They now arrived somewhere, and then they brushed me also. And I say, why did you slap her? I said, I did not slap her. I didn't touch her. See, why did you slap her? Why did you slap her? Why did you slap her? And I said, do you know even what is annoying me? He said, let me speak to you man to man. As I was on the floor there, he said, you will slap somebody that's carrying my child. Somebody where I don't tell my mama, say, she will get grandchild. I thought that's when everything that makes sense to my head. She got pregnant for him and then came home and said we should have sex. And then that's how
and
everything
then said
played
the
out.
pregnancy was for you, and then
Then
made you go
go for the abortion and everything. Do you know what? At that point, because I felt like I was going to die. I already saw weapons. Like I thought I was going to die. So I was just like, you know what? Thank God. This one is not my own. So at least when I die, my sentence, I can plead, I can ask God for forgiveness. Do you understand? Secondly, I'm not going to lie that I slapped her, agree and lie, so that I will not have lying again on top. See, I didn't really know the gospel, so that's why I was trying to negotiate. So I was already giving up on just everything. Then my neighbor, who I kind of figured was a cultist too. Now, I think apparently he went home and saw what happened. Went to my saw what happened in my house and then said what happened. People now told him. He now came there to where they. I don't know how he knew. Because now like what thing that happened? Now we and I said this boy he slapped my babe. He now came and gave me one dirty slap. Like this slap. He now was gonna meet the guy. He said, nah, my guy with this now. My neighbor, just leave him, I beg. Just collect, bill him, just bill him. And I said, okay. So I now said, because of this guy, and I agree, that's why I'll leave you. Also because you stuck to your word, that's why I'll leave you. And then when we get home, I'm going to collect your passport, international passport, all the money you have, and then you bring more money, and then I will not give you international passport. I said, no problem. Because this was in Ghana, all this happened in Ghana. So we went home, we collected everything. I sat down in my room, the door down. I was just thinking about it. I just carried my phone, made the videos. I told my family everything. I said, so if you hear that I died, please just know that this is what happened. I was not a cultist. And I put my phone off. I was just sitting down there. And then I heard tire screeching again. See, like my heart jumped. And the nan came in and I said, please don't want to see me outside. Please. Like why are they saying please? So I came outside. But then I saw my neighbor there, so I was like, okay, nothing will happen to me at least. And I saw my girlfriend sitting down in the car. When she saw, she now came and said, oh my God, baby, are you okay? She now touching me. I just pushed her aside because I was bleeding, my eyes were swollen. I so pushed her. So they now said, oh, that when they went home, because I stuck to my word and said I didn't slap her, I did threaten that they will kill her if she doesn't say the truth. So she told them that actually I didn't slap her. She now confessed that the money, because she asked him for money to remove the child also. He now said no. He now said, okay, give me money so that I'll keep the child. She now collected money from him. So all of that he found out. I was not like, oh, more, if you've been dating this girl for like 2 years and she can do this to you, I don't want anything to do with her because this girl can cause problem. They apologized and they left. And this girl was begging me. I was like, please, I don't want anything to do with you. Just go. Just go. There was a time when she said, oh, we should I should stop. She wants to stop posting, delete all our pictures off her Instagram because she doesn't want the girls that are there to start eyeing me and know me and toast me. Meanwhile, I knew the reason why she was deleting her so that she can appear single to the world. She was like, no problem. Do you know that day when she came back and she was begging me, she said, oh, we can't even go back on Instagram and everything. Can you imagine?
Manipulation.
I said, please, just go. I even called her mom. I'm like, please, I'm sending your daughter back to you. Please, just go. So she left. But then she kept on calling and trying to apologize and everything, and I forgave her. But because we're having sex, I forgave her and said we can continue the relationship.
Like, how do you forgive? Somebody tried to kill you.
She now came back to Ghana, and then we continued having sex. But then I think God was really trying to work on my heart because it was like the next year I got saved. So I still said, I just after that 1 week, I was just like, please pack your things and go. I don't want it again. That's how I left that relationship.
Yeah, I think
with my life.
Sometimes, when it comes to toxic relationship, God has to use something drastic.
Yes.
To pull you out. Yeah. Because like he would have been sending people to talk to you, maybe friends.
My friends held interventions. My sisters did not like her.
He would have been giving you signs, trying to get you out. But sometimes it will literally take a life and death situation to get you out of that. And some people, even after life and death situation, even after your babe lies against you and cultists come to kill you, you still accept her back.
Why are you saying some people? Why are you throwing shit?
No, but like some people, you still accept her back. But we thank God that Joshua was able to break free, because if not, we don't know his future.
Good.
We don't know what have become of him. He would have probably died because...
Hey, I remember before you go, when she went home, that time she was begging me, she said that her mother and her went to go and meet one Afar. And the Afar said that it's people that are trying to spoil our relationship because my future is bright. So she should. I'm just like...
That bright, she would have dimmed it. Thank
I think that's what even broke.
I think I was the star in your future that was shining.
Yeah, I believe so.
Hey.
I think that's even what broke Camus. I was like, you know what? I don't want to do it again. Please go. So how did you guys break up?
All right. So in my own situation, I mean, my parents were not in support of the relationship, and my parents have a good marriage. They are very spiritual, and they were not in support. But I just felt like they were biased. And then I also had an auntie who I was close to that was quite spiritual, but was not in support of the relationship. But I also felt she was biased because each time my mom would like tell me her concerns, or these people tell me their concerns, I would go and tell him, and somehow he would twist it and say, oh, they are partial, they don't like him, this and that and that. And because of my relationship with him, because my parents don't approve, somehow like I believed him over my parents, and it affected my relationship with my parents. I wasn't close to I used to be very close to my mom. I wasn't close to my mom anymore. I wasn't really close to my dad. That my auntie that we had been close for a very long time. I wasn't close to her anymore. So another thing, when you're dating,
try to cut off.
Yeah, when you're dating someone that's meant for you, that's another thing. They try to alienate you from important relationships in your life.
Yeah, relationships that will notice that this is wrong.
Yeah, relationships that are strategic in freeing you from that relationship.
Exactly.
They will make sure they cut you off from those people. They'll make those people seem like the bad people.
Yeah.
Turn your mind against them and make sure that you are alone. Because when you are alone, it's easier for you to be a prey. There's nobody that can be a voice against them.
Yeah.
So I didn't like, and even my friends, another thing was that he was very, very secretive. So he didn't allow me tell people anything about him. And when he met me, he said I was too open, that I'm such an open book. I just tell people anything that's happening in my life. Meanwhile, it's just like, who are the people I tell? Just my friends. And that's normal. Like, of course you should share the issues in your life with your friends. You get? But because of that, it made me feel like I was too open. So he said I talk too much. I say my secrets too much. So somehow, to try and prove to him that I'm not too open, and I started trying to be secretive, which was now a strategy that made me not share what was going on in my relationships with my friends. So even when my friends had concerns, like I would always try to cover up what was happening. So, but nobody really knew what was happening. Right? So I felt like, because I felt at peace with it, God was at peace with it, and that was wrong. So the closer I got to God, I just I began to feel this unease about the relationship. Like the more I prayed about it, the more I felt so unsettled. Whenever I thought of marrying this guy, I felt so much fear. Also, the fact that my parents did not approve of it filled me so much fear, because my mom was always telling me that when people are telling you that someone is wrong for you, when a lot of people are telling you, and these people love you, you have to take a step back and think. There are a lot of people who have gone against their parents to marry people and they regret it. And I don't want that for you. I love you. So God was now bringing the words of my mother to my mind. Also, like this guy, my relationship with him was not defined. So, I mean, when we started sort of being in a relationship, he said, oh, there's no need for like for us to use the official term dating, because like he doesn't want us to date for long. And at the time we started dating, I was just 19, going on 20. So he was like, if I'm looking to get married 24, we're going to be dating for like 4 years, and he doesn't want that. So let's just be dating, let's just be close friends. Then when we are ready to get married, we'll now get engaged and get married. And I was like, okay, maybe that's not a bad idea, because I don't really want to date for long. But the fact that there was no like label on it, there was no exclusivity. So I would notice that he'll be close to other girls in some certain type of way.
But
And
he
it will
didn't
make
like you
me,
to be close to other guys.
yeah, he didn't like me to be close to other guys. And then I could not really express concern about him being close to other girls, because
He reminds
like
you that
because we are just close friends. Are we really really dating? But we're doing every other thing that people dating were doing. We're talking every time. There was the commitment, everything. But we were not physical. But I mean, we were doing
I think
everything
that
that
auntie
people
spoke about, there's
dating.
one thing she said. She was like, the time she even asked him, what's the plan? She said, oh, we're just friends. I see her as my sister.
And you know, there was one time I even
God, I was just
I
like,
went to visit him. Like I traveled to go and visit him, and he introduced me to everybody in his church as his sister. And as a result of that, one guy in his church now started even toasting me, and I had to be handy. And I was like, what the hell is this? Like, if this guy just said I was his girlfriend, all this wahala will not be happening. So it was just a very, very messy situation. And when I wanted to end the relationship, I was so afraid, because I felt like if I say I want to end the relationship, what will be my reason? Will I tell him I just don't feel comfortable? If I say I don't feel comfortable, he'll say, what makes you not feel comfortable? Like, I felt like I didn't have a reason. And because anytime I was even upset about him or upset about anything, anytime I had any concern in the relationship, like even with him being close to someone, he'll say, what's your concern? And when I tell him, he would just find a way to twist it, and then somehow it will end up being my fault. So I was like, no matter what I say, it's not going to be reason enough for me to end this relationship. So one day I went to see him, and I made up my mind that day that I was going to end the relationship, but I just couldn't. And he noticed my mood was off and kept on asking me, what's wrong? What's wrong? I kept on saying nothing. And then that day I left without ending the relationship. But as soon as I left, I knew I had to end that relationship. And when I got home, I sent him a message on WhatsApp that I'm ending the relationship and all that. And then I remember him being so upset that why would I end the relationship over WhatsApp? It means I don't respect him, blah, 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 blah. I remember feeling so sad. I remember crying for like a month. I was so sad. When I told my mom, she was like, please and please. She was so happy. I think she even took me out. She said, why are you sad? I was just like, my mom doesn't understand. I also felt like, oh, I had built so much closeness and intimacy with this guy. So like, will I meet anyone like him that will treat me like him? Will I meet anyone that will be that close to? Like, that, those are the lies the devil tells you when you break up from a toxic relationship, to make you go back.
Very true. The devil told me that same thing.
The devil
too.
fills you with fear, like, oh, you already had this. What assurance do you have
that you
are going to have
better.
something as good as this or even better?
Everybody has problems.
Look at who I have now, guys. If the 100, 1 million, in fact, I can't even compare. So much better. Yeah. And like, I thought this guy was my physical spec in some way, but trust me, Joshua tops like by far in every way. And then the way Joshua is, like, I thought I won't find someone that I'll be so close to in terms of friendship, but I'm so close to Joshua. Like, he's the closest person that I am. I'm not as close to anybody in this world as I am to him. So that's to tell you that what the devil was telling me, like, I'm closer to Joshua than they were all lies. So everything, like, he understands me. So everything the devil was trying to use to keep me bound, they were all lies. And I'm so glad, like, I found freedom, because I feel like I know that if I married that person, I would have lost myself. I would have lost my personality. I wouldn't have known who I was. I would have just like put my personality under this person, just doing everything to please them. And still, no matter what I did, I would have never been enough for this person.
I think
what about ministry? I won't have the ministry I have with Josh now.
True. I think there's something that I remember that time we were friends, you were still in a relationship with him. and we're friends, and you told me something that, oh, you want to join immigration service. I was like, because I knew your passions, I knew how brilliant you are, I knew your like what you're passionate about, the things that you like to do, and those things could be turned into a career easily. Do you understand? And then when the immigration service come out, finally she now say, oh, that it was him that said she should do immigration. I'm just like, this guy wants to control your entire life.
Yeah,
Like he just wants to. Oh no, God forbid. That's the thing about toxic relationships, toxic these things. They just want to control everything about you. They set a bar that is imaginary, and no matter what you do, you will never meet up with it. Do you
yeah. I
understand?
just want, lastly, I just want to like share this experience of like never meeting up. I remember like in the relationship, whenever I had to go and visit him, you know, he would say he wants me at his house by 10 a.m. So and the only day I could visit him was Saturdays because I was working during the week. So on Saturday, and I was staying with my parents. So on Saturday, I'll wake up very early. I'll have to make breakfast, do my chores, everything. And my house was like 1 hour from his house. So after doing everything and preparing breakfast for my family, I would try, take my bath. The estate where I was staying, I had to trek from my house to the gate. And from my house to the gate was 30 minutes. So I would trek for
Telling you.
30 minutes. After trekking, I would enter car for like 30, 45 minutes before I get to his house. So I think that day, I ended up getting to his house around 11 a.m. When I got there, this guy he gave me silent treatment. And there were other friends there. He gave me silent treatment. He wasn't talking to me. He gave me an attitude for a while, maybe for like 2, 3 hours. Eventually, around 1 p.m., I kept on trying. I'm sorry, what is it? He just kept on giving me silent treatment until eventually he now said that, oh, that is because he values spending time with me. That's why he tells me to come at a particular time. And when I don't come by that time, it shows that I don't value spending time with him. And he was really looking forward to spending time with me. But I'm just like, if you're looking forward to spending time with me, I came, I'm here. Why are you using the time we have together not to talk to me?
It's for manipulation now.
And see how much effort I put into going to see that person that day. But because I was pouring that effort on the wrong person, it was not seen. It was not appreciated. I literally trekked, guys, for 30 minutes. I entered car, public transport for all that amount of time. But when the case is reversed, when he's supposed to come and see me, and I say come by this particular time, and he comes late. When he comes late, I'm like, I've been waiting for you since. He'll just give me an excuse that, oh, like the time he came late, he was like, oh, I know my parents don't really like him, so how do I expect him to be enthusiastic about
so the thing
coming to
about
my house?
manipulation
So he
is,
just dismissed the
Yeah.
fact that I was waiting for him for 3 hours.
yeah, the thing about manipulation is the first time he said, oh, he wants to spend time with you, and you came late, and now he has been all the time. For God's sake, the time you spent being angry with her, like you've missed out on that already. And when he came late, it was like, oh, it's because your parents don't like him. That's why he did.
So it's like
They use like emotional,
yes, the person that is being manipulative never takes responsibility for their actions.
Honestly.
Someone else is always at fault. They always
Honestly.
blame someone. They always make it to be your fault.
Serious
You always find
gaslighting.
yourself apologizing. So if you're in a manipulative relationship, you know it's not easy to leave, but you can leave.
Yeah.
And you need to leave, because if you don't leave, like
Listen, marriage is
you
very
lose
difficult
yourself.
on its own. Like marriage is very difficult. It's not difficult, it's delicate, and it needs a lot of attention and a lot of patience, a lot of things.
And it comes with its own challenges.
It comes with its own challenges, true too. Yes, very true. And that is on its own with someone that is great. Now imagine getting married to someone that is mad. You will run mad. You will definitely run mad.
You definitely lose yourself.
You will lose
like,
yourself.
You want to die. You want to kill
to
yourself.
die.
The person will literally kill you at the end of the day,
Yeah.
guys.
And whenever we give tips about what to do in relationships, don't have sex, all those things, people feel like, oh, we're just talking from, oh, because we didn't do it, so we're trying to talk down on people. I've done almost all those things. She has done some of those things too. So we know what you guys should look out for and run away from when we say these things. So that's why I decided to tell you this story, so that you can learn one or two things. I'm sure from the stories you said, you've picked up more than one or two things, and it will help you make a good decision in your relationship.
So we're just sharing experiences basically to help you. I mean, for Joshua, if he was dating someone that almost had him killed, if he had married her, you would be dead by now. Guys, precedence.
100%.
So
100%.
Please don't say, oh, she tried to. Please, I don't even know how people just.
My God, I saw one tweet. The guy said, oh, I've been through a lot. Even after you've done this, even after you cut my neck, and we're still together. This is this thing.
Yes.
And then somebody was like, oh, I'm sure cut my neck means is figurative. He now posted a picture
of the
of
girl,
a slash.
She actually sliced his neck twice with
Twice
a knife,
with a
guys.
knife. You saw it too.
Neck, yes. dagger. She's like,
And
somebody
said,
has
this
sliced
is
your.
what this is what we call about relationship. Just like,
The guy is like, this is what we call tough love. Like we are pulling it. Please.
please run away.
Ah,
You will lose
please
your
don't wait
life.
for anybody to slice your neck. All right, we love you guys. Hope you enjoyed our gist. Please like, share, subscribe, follow us on Instagram
And comment. We
Please
like reading your
comment. We
comments.
can't wait to read your comment. I'm sure there are so many juicy comments from this video.
All
Bye
right.
guys.
Bye
Till next
guys.
time.
Till next time.